Today's the day. All my dreams are coming true. Let me clean this place up a little bit, do a quick little clean setup. I got my dirty sweatshirt on, and we're gonna get started making those dreams happen. Okay, I got it cleaned up enough to where I can get the tank up here on my bench. So the first thing I'm gonna do is the other tank right about here where the straps went. There was that nasty carpet you saw, but it was actually kind of a good idea. So instead of having this butt up like right against the bottom of the body, I bought some window seal stuff that I am going to put right here in strips on both sides. That way when it's sucked up, it's a little bit less metal to metal on contact. So I don't know if I'm going to put it on these ones, maybe. But they had them, it was right here in this groove. So I'm going to put it right there. And then I'm going to put the fittings on here. We got R for return, S for send. So I'm going to set those up. I'm not going to worry about the lines from right now, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the tank hung a little bit lower. And so yeah, let me get this taped up and get these fittings, and then what we'll do is we'll put the tank, rest it up in there, lift it up just a little bit, kind of in position. That way we can start measuring for lines. Okay, so I got my strips on. I don't know if this is even anything necessary, but I'm going to go ahead and put these on for now. If it has any problem installing, then I'll just take them off, but I kind of like the idea of it, so I'm going to stick with it. So I was going my fittings, and I got my first issue so far. So send, return. So my -6 fitting, -6 to 1/4 inch MPT fits good, no problems. But here's the problem. My -8 to NPT will not fit because the nut collar on this fitting is too big. I mean, that's in the way. I could take that out and then put it back in, but that doesn't change the fact that this is just too high. It's hitting the bottom and it won't screw in. So I cannot use this. So I need to either, I'm probably going to need to go with a -6 right here and then an adapter to -8, which I don't know what that does to your flow. I know that -6 would be fine for flow, but I was really hoping to have a full -8, but I don't know. I still want to do -8, so I'm going to get another adapter for this, bring it out a little further. I think once I get it clear a little bit, it's going to fit. But for now, this one fits, and I'm going to keep on going because I don't want this to hold me up. So we got that, and then obviously this will go here. And then the angle looks like it's just going to clear this right here. So if anything, I might need to get a couple 45s maybe to bring it out here more, and then maybe this one like a 90 or 45 out here. Not sure, but what I'm going to do is I am going to tape off these openings so no crap gets in there and put it underneath there to see what happens next. Okay, I got the tank under here, and this is going to really suck, and this is what I've been dreading. It's going to be really hard to get underneath there, well, for me, and then try to figure out where these lines are going. Just because I don't fit under here. I wish I had a freaking lift. What I might do is just mark where these go up there. Get this tank out of here because it's taking up a lot of my space to work. And then start running lines for lengths. And hopefully I can like stuff a bunch of extra slack up in here. So let me start there. I'm going to mark about where those lines are, about what direction they're coming out, and then I'm going to get this tank out of here. And then I got my line right here, it's capped, and I'm going to start kind of dry feeding it through and seeing kind of where it's going to fit, and then like where my fuel filter is going to go. Okay, I'm wedged underneath the car. So the line will come out right about here, which is, let me grab this line. It'll come out, sorry. Oh my gosh, this is a pain in the ass. Out here. Sorry, I'm gonna put the line down. Give you reference where I'm at. Brake drum. Axle right behind my head. Center of gas tank right here. So line will come out. I'm thinking it's gonna go up over here. Up here. And then come over here to this frame rail. But I'm thinking of the filter somewhere over here. Probably right there, and then continue to line this frame rail, and then I want to, what I'm thinking is a problem right here is I could get a line nicely above this e-brake handle and then go down that way, but I can't get both lines over that. So, and I don't want the e-brake to interfere with the fuel line. If I was just running one line, it wouldn't be so bad, but I'm trying to run two. And that's the problem I'm coming up with, is trying to squeeze two lines in the place where there used to be only one small, thin, hard line. Anyways, it's going to go over there and then back out down that frame rail. So I guess I'm going to start pushing the hose around and seeing where it fits, but that's kind of like my rough idea from being down here right now. Okay, I'm going to try to show you what I got going on so far. So I got the ends right here. There's enough slack for them to be right here. They can go up this factory point. Got a point right there. And got a factory point right here. So now, I don't know if I'm going to do the fuel filter here anymore. Just got to figure it out. So I'm going to see where I can run the lines out that way. I might do the fuel filter along the side over there. I figure I might want to put it somewhere where it's easy to access. So I'm going to keep on running this line down that way. But for right now, I think I got this upper part right here figured out. It's a pain in the butt because the holes in these brackets weren't big enough for these factory bolts. So I had to drill out every single one of these both sides, and they're kind of a pain to work with. So I just basically just drilled out like a whole bunch to work with, and now they fit, but they're still kind of a pain to get started. But that's what it is. I'm going to keep going. Okay, here's an update. I got the line up there, coming down right here, right here. This is going to come up here to this first filter, and I've already got the hose marked, so now I am going to cut that for the AN fitting on the filter and plug that in. Okay, now I got the lines done right there. They are going to come over here, and I got the, I don't know if you guys can see that, the filter mount right here. I'll go ahead and show you that with some light in a little bit. And then the lines along the frame. Sorry, I'm on the concrete. They go up in here, which is right there. So now I need to make a bulkhead and cut these lines, mark them and cut them, so that I can be finished with running the lines. Okay, I figured out where this is going to go. So what I need to do is I need to make a bracket out of this angle. It's a little bit overkill, but it's what I got in the scrap. So what I'm going to do is I'm cut off like a 3-inch piece. This will mount to the body. And then I'll cut a couple holes for these two bulkheadings to fit in here. So I'm going to work on that now. Sucks I don't have a chop saw. Could have this cut out in no time, but I'm going to have to cut it the ghetto way with a grinder. Okay, I'm going to let that cool down, and then we'll go test fit it, and if we have to, we'll do another adjustment. So just give it a few minutes, and we'll see how close we got. Okay, I'm not going to wait forever for this to cool off, so let's go try it out. I like it. That's like perfect. It's perfect right there. I'm going for it. Well, hold on. Yep, I'm going for it. I don't think that's going to interfere with the headers, but just to be safe, I'm going to grab a header out and just kind of hold it right there and see kind of where the header goes. Maybe kind of get an idea, and then before I go gung-ho and cut the lines and mount them. So let me do that first. I'm guessing they'll be right about here. I think we're good. The only way they'd be bad is if they were sucked up right against the firewall, but they're not going to be. So I think if they're right about here, that's going to be fine. Okay, pieces all cleaned up, so there we go. There's my bulkhead. So, still pretty warm. I need to mark these two holes where I'm going to go mount that down there, and then once I do that, I can drill it and mount it, and then I'll show you how I'm doing that in a second. But let me let this cool down and get some paint and primer on it. Okay, so I marked my holes and I screwed in a couple rib nuts, 1/4 20, and that's how I'll mount that bracket. And I'm thinking what I'm going to have to do is it's kind of a tight bend up to that, especially when I have the back of the fitting on it. It's going to be way down here. So I think I'm going to need to get a couple 45s. And what is that? Let's pretend I can't see that. I'm going to have to get a couple 45-degree angle fittings to fit on there. -8, -6. And then I got the bracket being painted right now, so I think I'm probably just going to call it on this first video. But we got a lot done, and I'm super stoked with how it looks so far. Let me just give you one quick view again. So, comes out right there, right here. Let me grab this light. Right here along the frame. And what I'll do is I'll throw some zip ties on there to kind of tighten them up. And it goes down there along the side, and it's all using basically almost all factory fuel line mounts that were there before, just with the double stainless rubber brackets. So I just got a few pieces to get, like from the beginning of the video. I've got that tank fitting that wouldn't work, so I got to get that, and a couple 45s, and then I can cut my line and be done with the bulkhead. But it's really a lot of work. I honestly thought it'd go faster, but it's not a fast job at all. It's actually pretty tedious and kind of a pain, especially when you have to drill out all these freaking brackets right here because the holes are too small for the bolts. Drilling all those out, making that bulkhead bracket, actually making the fittings. A couple of those were a little tricky. The crap is on my foot. So, yeah. Call this part one, and then I'll want to order some parts up. And actually, I'm going to stop by the local parts store tomorrow and see if they have some of those fittings. If they do have some of those fittings, I'll keep going and make my video pretty quick. But if I have to order it, then it probably won't be till during the week. But I feel like I got like the dirtiest part done, which was crawling under and actually figuring out where they need to go. Now that that's actually done, it'll be good. And in the meantime, I'll run a power wire for the fuel pump. And I would like to get that fuel tank permanently back up in there next weekend for sure. And then that way I can work on motor mounts, a little more painting, and then motor. I think after that the motor's ready to go in. So I'm running a little longer than I thought I would on getting stuff done just because I slacked off. But I still really want to get that early beginning of summer goal done. So I'll keep working on it, but I appreciate you watching. And if you got any ideas, like if you think that bulkhead idea sucks, let me know. If you're worried about it, let me know. If you see something I did wrong, let me know. I've never done this before, and it's my first time. So I am open to your ideas. So good luck on your own projects. I know a few of you have said that you've procrastinated too, so if I can get my fat butt off the couch and get some of the stuff done and bleed, get dirty, then you can too. Right on.